Good morning guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Market update today to see what's going on across the board. And Bitcoin is, we are creating a little bit of structure. If we just go to this chart here, we can see we've broken out our range cleanly and then we've retested that range several times. And now you could say that this is a high range up here on the next move. A couple of levels we've got to monitor. We've got this big level here up here at 26k, and then we've got a big 28k region, which I've been talking about for a while. I think last month I was talking about, look, 28k looks a decent level if we do get any type of positive price action in the markets, and we are starting to form that now. Let's have a look at a few things. So high-low strategy, this is, you can pick these yourself, but as you can see on the daily time frame, we are creating a clear bit of structure. So we started off with a higher low followed by a higher high. This is what you're looking for structure. Everything like this, you need it in that perfect order, which we're forming. Now we have formed that high low, we'll come back down, retested. So really, by the end of this week, we need to be closing, I'd say, up around 25k, which I think we've got a good chance of doing that, depending on how the weekend goes, really. We're looking for some positive price action to pull us back up to that major area of liquidity. Remember, I thought this was a bottom of that dump. It was consistently going down. We've kind of formed a bit of an area where the price managed to maintain support, but we've then had Elon Musk, should I say Tesla, dumped 75% of their holdings and brought us back down to towards 70k. So it was a bit of a brutal time, and I think those brutal times are over. We've seen a mass sell-off on the markets, and some altcoins I've seen a 95% down on some decent assets. If you look at RSR, that's one of my favourite assets across the space, and it still is. But if you look at this on the weekly time frame, and have a zoom out, look at the state of that, it's crazy. Keep going up. So if you look at that in terms of percentage drop from that very high point to a very low point, yeah, we're talking around 96% dropping for me. I think that bottom is in, to be honest. You don't like to call bottoms, do you? But for me, at some stage, there's got to be a period when you think, right, I think that's fair value now. And I think we're getting a lot of fair value across the markets, to be honest. So I want to have a look at a couple of things. The dollar, which is it's been pushing up for a while. We had let's have a look in terms of highs. I think it was like a 20-year high. The last time was up to that period, 2002 was up at that period, so it's a 20-year high on the dollar that we hit. And we are starting to retrace, and we're currently using this level as support, which I've mentioned in the past. If you look at this region here, you can see there's a major level of resistance up at around 105. We broke through it, rejected, come back, and we've tested it a few times around here. So for me, it's an area what potentially we could see some price action fall through. You could say as well that we had a bit of a cylindrical area forming here. We've got these closures below it, which could be that region now where the price does reject and starts falling to the downside. That candle is pretty much that line is pretty much horrific, but you can see here that is an area where we was pushing. I'll put another one there, in fact, to make it look a little bit more neater. That was where we was heading. We was bouncing up. We lost that major lower band support, and the price did drop to the downside. So for me, we're currently set on this level of support. I think I'm looking for it to drop, to be honest. I want to get it back down to around 101. I think 101 would be great for Bitcoin, because whenever the DXY is performing good, Bitcoin's performing bad, and vice versa. So we are looking for that change of narrative to give us a little bit of relief in crypto. I'm not going to say we're anywhere near a bull run. I think that's still a while off, but I think we're definitely due to continue this bear market rally. I think it could be a sustained one as well, considering that the markets have been in turmoil for a while. Ethereum has been one to keep your eye on recently. That's been up to 1900 or 1949 when rejected. I think we've definitely got a 2k Ethereum very soon with that merge happening. I think it's around mid-September. I'm not entirely sure on that date, but I did see something on crypto Twitter earlier on, so that's something we've got to monitor too. We have broken out of this major level of resistance as well on Ethereum. How this marks up past, if you look, it was a major support back here in 2021. Major support level here before it then flipped to resistance, and now we're above that level, and I think it's looking good. This is the next level I've got marked up at 2,320. I think if we push up to 3,220, I'm not going to say the bull run's back on, but it's going to look nice. Flip that to support, and it don't look too bad if here. I know we've had a pullback in terms of a high to the low. An 80% pullback, that's crazy. You wouldn't have thought about an asset as such as strong as that, but it is what it is. And I think it's time to really push on for Ethereum. If you're looking for some buys, I'd still consider this region down here around 1750. It's a major level that I think you should look to pretty much accumulate. If you did lose that level, you're going to come back down to here at around $1,500, but I don't foresee that, to be honest. Moving into some of the stocks, let's have a look at the SPX, which is up on futures. So obviously ES, which is S&P 500 futures, that's currently up on today's trading, 0.36%. And again, we had that major breakout of that downtrend, we pushed to the upside. This was in a major area here too, where I said, look, we need to break that. It's broke through it. So all in all, things aren't looking too bad on that. And if you look at the Nasdaq on futures as well, that's up 0.58% up on futures. So again, that's something that's bullish for Bitcoin really. Some altcoins are following it up. We've had Metis, which has been pulling some decent rise, but that's into a major level of resistance now, which is also a nice psychological area around $50. If it breaks $50, you're going to see Metis pump up to $79, $80. I think that is something which well, definitely an area where I'll be looking to sell. Look, there we go, major support level, which was then resistance, and I think that is an area where the price is going to head over the course of the next few weeks, depending on Bitcoin, of course. But yeah, all eyes on the dollar, the Dixie. That has kind of broken down now, not too much, but that's up 0.26% today. I think that's going to be once stock market opens, I think that's going to drop, and it will be nice look to see if we can get a nice drop down towards this region here, around 103.64. That'd be a great region. There. If we can see the price come down to there, then you're definitely going to see some major relief on Bitcoin. I'll tell you what I've not looked at for a while. Look at crypto fear and greed. Is that on here? Let's have a quick look. Yeah. So that's currently at 42%, which is still in my favour, to be honest, which is, I'm personally thought it'd be a little bit less. I know we've had around a month of decent price action now, but if you look at this, we've been down here when it was fearful. That fear and greed index is always a great time to enter. I mean, people were looking at a fear and greed index last month and it was down at 9. Well, probably a month before, 9 and 7 it went down to. Maybe even a little bit lower. Yeah, 7 I think was lowest. And nobody were buying because we were too fearful. And now, 6 weeks later, we're up at 42. Use that fear and greed index to your advantage, because when you're down there, it is the time to buy. When you're up here, anywhere on the green is usually a great time to sell. So if you're new to crypto and you're looking for a reason to sell or buy, use that fear and greed index, and it always seems to catch the right times to buy and sell. It's not going to be the sheer accuracy, because when the markets are pumping and it's up around 85, 90, they can still pump more, but when it's moving up, you do need to be taking profit. So that's some thoughts on the market today. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.